Sometimes everything seems normal, until in the most important moment the body does not respond. An erection that used to be firm and reliable now fails without warning. It is not just a physical discomfort, it is a direct hit to confidence, leaving invisible marks. This is not bad luck nor a rough phase. It is the result of something much more concrete: slow blood circulation, inner muscles that have lost strength, and a lack of control over the base that keeps blood where it needs to be. It is like trying to fill a container without a lid. The liquid goes in, but it does not stay. What is interesting is that this process often starts almost imperceptibly. Small changes in rigidity, in reaction time, or in duration. Few people talk about it, but the physiology is clear. When blood flow does not meet enough internal resistance to remain in place, the erection weakens. What most do not realize is that there is a direct way to address the cause. It is not about pills that mask the problem for a few hours. It is about reactivating the mechanisms already inside you, which have simply grown rusty over time. When you apply the right stimuli, the body does not take long to respond. Circulation increases, internal pressure stabilizes, and control returns to your hands. Today, you will learn how to do this with simple movements that strengthen the base, improve blood flow, and restore firmness. No complicated techniques or expensive equipment, just exercises that work with your body's natural logic and bring back the function it was always meant to have. If this is a topic that matters to you and you want your body to cooperate again, now is the time to subscribe here, and in the comments, write the word control if you want to command your power, or write luck if you prefer to leave it to chance. You already know that an erection depends on strong circulation and a base capable of holding blood in the right place. Now, let's put this into practice with exercise number 1, what I call the starter engine of power. This movement is simple, but it has a deep effect on your body. I am talking about the squat, but not the rushed and careless kind you often see. Here, it is done with a specific purpose: to pump blood into the pelvic region and activate muscles that, even without you realizing it, are direct allies of your erection. When you bend your legs and engage your glutes at the right point, you create a compression and release effect that works like a hydraulic pump. This mechanical action helps blood travel through the femoral arteries and be directed toward the tissues that need to be full and rigid. In addition, the glutes and quadriceps support the pelvis, helping to maintain internal pressure. But for this engine to truly work, execution must be precise. Keep your feet firmly on the floor, slightly apart, pointing forward or slightly outward. Maintain a neutral spine without rounding or arching excessively. Lower yourself in a controlled way, as if searching for a chair to sit on. Activate your glutes as you rise, pushing the floor with your heels. The detail is in the breathing. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you come up, tightening your core and feeling the pressure increase in the lower region. This amplifies the stimulus and teaches your body to associate physical effort with increased blood supply. At first, you can start with 3 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions, using only your body weight. Over time, you can progress to longer sets or add light weight, as long as your posture stays correct. Often, even before you finish the set, you may notice increased warmth and volume in the intimate area. That is your circulation responding to the right command. And when this becomes routine, these gains add up if you want more men to learn how to regain firmness without relying on pills, like this video now. It helps the content reach those who truly need this information. If the first movement works as the engine that starts circulation, exercise number 2 acts as the pressure lock of your power. It strengthens the structure that prevents blood from escaping too soon, and, as a bonus, improves the alignment of your whole body. I am talking about the plank, but not the kind done in a rush, with the belly sagging or the hips raised as if it were just a test of endurance. Here the plank is used with a very clear goal, to create a solid base for the pelvis and to force the pelvic floor to activate automatically. When you hold your body stable, the core, the set of muscles that includes your abs, lower back, and hips, must work together. It is like closing the gates of a dam. The structure becomes rigid, and internal flow is controlled much more efficiently. This control is essential to keep an erection firm for as long as you want. The correct execution begins with positioning. Rest your forearms on the floor, keeping elbows aligned with shoulders. Extend your legs back and keep your body in a straight line from head to heels. Tighten your core as if bringing your belly button closer to your spine. Gently engage your glutes and keep your hips level with your torso without letting them rise or sink. Breathing should be silent and controlled. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, keeping every muscle firm. In the beginning, holding the position for about 20 to 30 seconds is enough to feel internal pressure rise and deep muscles respond. With practice, you can build up to 60 or even 90 seconds, always keeping perfect form. The effect goes beyond the erection itself. A properly executed plank improves posture, reduces lower back pain, and increases stability in every movement you make throughout the day. But in the context of sexual health, the most important benefit is strengthening the control box that supports the entire structure responsible for keeping blood where it needs to be. At first glance, it looks like a still exercise. But inside there is intense, silent work taking place. Work that changes how your body responds in the most important moments. If the first movement started the circulation engine and the second one locked the structure in place, the third exercise teaches the valve to do its job, keeping blood where it needs to stay. This is where many men realize the problem was never desire, but control. We are talking about the pelvic floor, a network of deep, discrete fibers that no one sees in the mirror, yet quietly decides whether rigidity lasts just a moment or as long as you want. To understand it, imagine an elevator. On the ground floor, everything is relaxed. When you contract correctly, you feel the elevator go up 1 or 2 floors. It is a slight internal lift, as if the base of the penis shortened by 1 millimeter and the perineum, that area between the scrotum and the anus, took a small step upward. That sensation is your marker. If when trying to contract your glutes tighten, your thighs lock, or your abdomen pushes outward, the elevator took the wrong path. You need to correct it. To find the right point, use a simple mental cue. Think of holding back urine, but only imagine it. Do not practice in the bathroom. This image activates the correct circuit. Away from it, lie on your back, bend your knees, and keep your shoulders relaxed. Inhale through your nose, release the air slowly, and midway through the exhalation, make a gentle contraction, as if zipping up an invisible zipper from bottom to top. It is subtle, not brute force. Hold for a moment, release slowly, and observe. If the feeling is of a smooth lift, you are on the right track. This third exercise depends on precision. Start lying down, then progress to sitting, and finally standing. Each position increases the difficulty. Your hands and face should remain relaxed. The contraction is internal. It does not live in your shoulders or jaw. Breathing should match. Contract while exhaling. Holding your breath increases abdominal pressure and pushes downward, exactly the opposite of what you want. There are 2 main training formats, holding and pulsing. Holding teaches the valve to stay closed when needed. Pulsing trains quick response, useful for locking instantly when arousal rises and you want to stay in control. At first, hold for a comfortable amount of time, then rest for slightly longer than you held. Do fewer repetitions, but do them well. Then try quick contractions and quick relaxations, like small internal taps. Once you master it, bring the exercise into real-life situations. When getting up from a chair, make a brief contraction the moment your feet push into the floor. During a plank, slightly lift the pelvic area while exhaling. In a squat, activate the internal muscle as you return to standing. The biggest mistake here is rushing. Using too much force turns a fine, precise action into unnecessary tension throughout the body. Use only enough energy to feel the internal lift. True control comes from comfort and precision. If during contraction you feel pressure moving downward instead of upward, stop and restart with less force. You will know you are on the right track when you notice more warmth in the area, a different sense of volume, and a greater awareness of your body's base. After a few well-executed sessions, the click arrives, that moment when, in the middle of stimulation, you can lock internally and feel the blood stay in place. This skill changes everything. Your brain records the path and starts finding the correct contraction without you having to think about it. When this valve works together with your muscles and circulation, you are no longer depending on luck. You have control. Now that you know the 3 movements and understand how they connect, it is time to talk about the factor that separates those who see quick results from those who give up too soon: consistency. No muscle gets stronger from a single session. Real transformation comes from intelligent repetition, the regularity that teaches your body to respond without conscious effort. The simplest way to ensure this is to fit the exercises into fixed moments of your day. Early in the morning, before even checking your phone, do your squat sets. That is your starter engine, waking up circulation and preparing the whole system. In the middle of the day, take 1 minute for the plank, your pressure lock, keeping the center strong and ready, and at any break, even while sitting or lying down, practice the pelvic floor. This silent valve works without anyone noticing, but you will feel it. The body learns through repetition, but also through context. By including these exercises in varied situations, getting up from a chair, waiting for an elevator, finishing a shower, you teach your nervous system to activate the right contractions without having to think about them. That is what makes the response quick and reliable. Alongside physical training, there are other elements that speed up and maintain progress. Proper hydration keeps blood more fluid and improves nutrient delivery. Quality sleep regulates key hormones for sexual performance. And reducing excessive alcohol and processed food intake lowers inflammation in blood vessels, making all your training more effective. Do not underestimate this. Many men arrive at the clinic convinced they need an external, instant solution, when in reality, they already carry inside their bodies all the tools to recover firmness and confidence. The exercises awaken these tools, but it is the habits that keep the machine running. With time, what once required focus becomes automatic. You notice your body responds more predictably. Firmness returns faster and lasts longer. The fear of failing starts to fade, replaced by quiet confidence. And this change is not just physical, it spreads into how you walk, speak, and face challenges. It is a different presence. So if this message made sense to you, take this moment to subscribe to the channel. Here you will find much more content to take care of your sexual health and your body in a natural and effective way. Also, give this video a like now. It helps the message reach other men who need this information. And when you finish, take a look at the other videos on the channel. There is plenty of material to complement what you learned today. See you in the next video. Take care, strengthen your body, and keep control in your hands.